How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my kitchen. I kind of like standing up and doing this instead of just sitting down. Get some steps in. It's always healthier to stand. All right, yeah, mind. There's a bunch of bullshit back there. All right, so what are we doing in my kitchen? We are going to talk about what I have read. There are three things. Three things that I have read, but I do not have because one was an audiobook and two were graphic novels that I got on my phone from my library. First one, Postal. Crap, I can't remember, and I don't have my phone. I apologize. I can't remember who that was by. Anyway, I did give it 3 stars. It is an entire, I think it's like 12 series, 12 books, I guess. Not 12 books, 12 issues. Basically, there is a town called Eden in Wyoming that is not on any map, and it houses a bunch of ex-cons and stuff like that. And it's just basically the comic is about a mayor and how she's trying to keep everything under wraps, trying to run her own little country, if you will. She has a son who has Asperger's syndrome, and he's kind of the main character in this. And he's the mailman. So he reads all the mail, so he knows every little secret, I guess. And it's just been following him around in his adventures in this small town. Meanwhile, like a corrupt FBI agent wants to get in and figure out what the heck's going on, but people aren't being very forthcoming with this information. So it's basically about that. I gave it overall 3 stars. It had a great beginning, middle. The ending was a flop. It could have been a 4-star, but I gave it a 3-star. Next, I finished today, actually. I blew through them all. There was 8 issues of a little-known comic or event, if you will, called Secret Invasion. That's right. I read a Marvel comic book. I don't know. It's an omnibus, I guess. And I loved it. I gave that 4 stars. I highly doubt Disney is going to be able to do anything like to what, and they can never really live up to what the comics do. Sometimes they surpass it. It's fantastic. Sometimes it's better than the comic. Like Civil War, in my opinion, Civil War is a whole lot better than what happened in the comics. The comics are, I didn't really care for Civil War. But I really enjoyed Secret Invasion. I do have Secret War also queued up. I'll probably be reading here pretty soon. Not yet, but I have Secret Wars, and then I also have Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe again. I have read the first one, Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, #1. Didn't know there was a second one, so there's a second one there. And then I also have something else by Garth Ennis, who, if you guys don't know, he did Preacher and The Boys. Fantastic graphic novels. Anyway, so gave Secret Wars 4 stars. Loved it. Highly recommend. You do have to read a whole lot. I didn't. It does a pretty good job of catching everything up. And I did read Civil War. Read Civil War before you read Secret Invasion. And then there's a whole bunch you do have to read. I mean, if you really want to get the whole story, I guess. But like I said, I only read Civil War, and I loved Secret Invasion. All right. Next, the audiobook that I listened to, Dune by Frank Herbert. Caught that bug. I did read Dune a while ago. I read that back in college, like 7 years ago. Before any of the movie stuff was even announced, stuff like that. I just wanted to read it because I heard it was good. I can't remember too much about it. That's why I decided to listen to it again. And it was great. It was good. Very good. So much so that I have started to read Dune Messiah. I'm about 50 pages in. This one's a pretty short book. But what really actually interests me to get into read Dune is I really want to read the Butlerian Jihad, um, the prequel to Dune, if you will. I know that a lot of hardcore fans they don't really like any of the Kevin J. Anderson stuff and Brian Herbert stuff, but at least that's what I heard, I guess. But I really wanted to read Butlerian Jihad, but I figured let's get these under my belt first. So yeah, we have Dune here. This is, I guess we've transitioned to what I am currently reading. Found this one today at when I went to go pick up that book from the library. I found Mark Rainey's Armored, a new series. I have read 2 of his Gray Man novels. I will probably continue with these. This is all new. This is follows a guy named Josh Duffy. Josh Duffy, he is a contract worker. What are they? Mercenary, I guess, if you will. He was hired to protect a politician in Lebanon. I think it was Lebanon. And stuff went haywire, and his whole team gets killed. He gets almost left for dead. He loses his left leg below the knee, so he has got a prosthetic. And this story takes place 3 years after his little accident, and not accident. Somebody shot it off. What was I lost my thought? Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, so this takes place 3 years, and life is not going well. He's basically just a small security guard. His wife works nights to make the ends meet, so life isn't going too well on what it should have been, in his opinion. He meets an old buddy at the mall, just walking around the mall when he was working, and the buddy offers him basically, hey, I got one contract mission here. I mean, if you're good to go, and he convinces him he is, to something with, I haven't got into it, but basically he's going down to Mexico to protect somebody, and the drug cartels get involved. So it's, all I know is it's going to be 3 weeks in Mexico, and it's supposed to be just a living hell. So we'll see if he makes it out. I'm assuming he does because he's the start of a new series, and why would you kill off your main new character? The next book I am currently reading, and I don't really want to finish yet because I'm waiting to see when the 3rd one's coming out, but we'll see. It is Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne. Absolutely loving this story. If you don't know, John Gwynne wrote the Faithful and the Fallen series and the Of Blood and Bone series, the trilogy that followed Faithful and the Fallen. And it is currently the 2nd favorite series of all time. I consider those all one little series. That's 7 books. It is 4 and then 3. I consider it 7. And it is brilliant. Wait, let me just check my math. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yes. I had to take math twice in college because I'm an idiot when it comes to numbers. I'm not numbered very well. So, Hunger of the Gods, John Gwynne. I have no idea when I'm going to finish. Hopefully, all 3 of these books, they need to be finished by, here's my calendar, they need to be finished by the 25th. I am going on vacation on the 26th, and these 2 books, they need to go back to the library during that time, so I won't obviously be here, so they need to be back in the library, and I can't recheck these out because these are a hot commodity. Can't recheck them out, so I got to get them done in the next week, 2 weeks. What day are we on? 13th? I got a week and a half, basically, to finish these 2. John Gwynne, I'd like to get this done. I'm not going to take this with me. I'm not going to haul this on the plane with me. What I am going to take with me, so I've basically contradicted myself from the last video because I said I was going to read ebooks. I read one ebook. I did not tell you. I read Those Above by Daniel Polanski. DNF'd it. It just wasn't my thing. And then the other books I had on there, they're not the series aren't finished yet, and I don't want to start something that's not finished yet because I don't like waiting The only series I'll start, anything by John Gwynn or Brian Lee Durfee, are the only books that I'll start without a complete series out, because I don't like waiting and I'll forget what happened, and I don't enjoy rereading. I'll reread sometimes. A lot of contradiction going on. Just bear with me here. All right. I am going to bring, this is the book I'm going to bring with me on vacay. The Eyes of God by John Marco. It is a 800-page brick of just sword and sorcery, just old-fashioned fantasy. This, I don't know how many books there are. I think this is just a trilogy. But haven't heard too much about this book. Trying to find out when this was written. This is 2001, so the cover makes it look like in the 80s. But yeah, so this is the book I'm going to be bringing with me. I think that's it for the books. If I do finish that, I can always rent some books on my library app, the Hoopla app and stuff like that. And I got plenty of stuff. As you saw on my ebooks thing, I got plenty of stuff to read. Like I can read some other short story list. I have a short story list, horror Halloween stuff that I'd like to save for Halloween. But anyway, so The Eyes of God by John Marco is what I'm going to be taking with me on vacation. All right, so I don't know if I'll make another one before I leave. So if I do, we will. You never know. So take care, everybody, and get out of my kitchen.